What is going on, everybody, and welcome to the review of Bangkok Haunted's Legend of the Drum. Legend of the Drum is the first story of three in this movie. It looks like all of the stories are going to be right at around 35 to 40 minutes apiece, which is cool. So, Bangkok Haunted, for those of you that don't know, is a foreign horror uh, anthology movie. Um, it is old, and by old I mean it came out in 2001. That doesn't seem old to me because I was born in '85. So this was I was a teenager when this came out. However, obviously I did not see it back then. This is my first time watching it. But in today's standards, it's old. Uh, and the story is fascinating. Um, so almost every anthology horror movie that comes out now, there's a base story of things that are going on, and it's divided into smaller stories, and it's usually a vehicle that pushes the plot. So you've got like the mortuary, whatever it was called, over on Netflix, and she's trying to become like a member, or like she's trying to get a job working for this place, and he's telling stories of dead people as he goes through, and then there's a cool little twist ending with that story at the very end of it. And then you've got stuff like VHS, right? There's basically what I'm saying is there is a frame narrative that is going on. This does not have that. This is just very straightforward. Here's three stories. Here's a story. There's a story. There's a story. It's very. It's even like even before this time, before this movie. There's a movie called Creepshow. There's a frame narrative going on where this kid is trying to. He's just a horror fan. He wants to read his horror comics. He wants to order things out of a horror magazine, and his dad is just an absolute twat. And throughout the entire thing, in between the stories, him and his dad are just not getting along, and dad's being a jerk. So there's a frame narrative that pushes almost every. This is honestly probably one of the first ones I can think of. It's just like, here's a movie, here's three stories, enjoy, figure it out, or not figure it out, just enjoy. There's nothing to figure out. That's not a overarching thing. So with that being said, though, the story itself, the first one, which is Legend of the Drum, I've looked online and apparently it has several different names. There's the Magical Drum, Legend of the Drum. I don't know what the technical the Haunted Drum is another one that I've seen. Uh, so yeah, I don't know. I don't know. But the overall story is it's a tale in two parts, right? You've got the the present day story that's being told, which is this lady's there. She gets this drum in from a shipment. This drum is apparently toting around a ghost that goes along with it. Um, and she's learning about the history through a professor or somebody that she's working with. I don't know what their profession is. And he's telling her that the history of this drum is there's this guy who is related to this girl. They're brother and sister, but the sister is getting married, and the guy, I'm guessing, is feeling abandoned because she's getting married. So he's not very happy about it. He doesn't want her to get married. But she goes through with it. He gets mad about it. But it's like he gave her a bracelet at one point. He asks for it back. And then she just completely disappears. There's this secondary story going on about these guys that are like, hey, hopefully, I do this right and the boss is going to love me for it. I don't know, have any clue. Like, that could have even just been left out and had nothing to do with anything going on here. I have no clue what is going on with that. And then the ghost basically leads the girl to find her dead body in the lake at the end. But you find out it's because her brother chopped off her hand that the bracelet was on, and then basically tied her. I'm not gonna say this is what happened because we don't see how it happened, but he tied a rock around her, a big rock around her foot, and she's in the water. She's floating down at the bottom. And I'd say tied a rock because I don't know how she was actually put down there. It's like you see her like sitting there and she starts floating down towards the bottom or whatever. But yeah, he throws her in the lake and she's dead. And then he puts the arm in the drum, which is why the drum's haunted. So he follows the lady that actually finds the body. The lady kind of possesses her at the very, very end, after she had just saved her friend from drowning. I don't know. It's kind of shaky. It's a fascinating story though. The actual story itself, I really, 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 really like the story. The filming's fine. If I had any complaints, the sound quality is poor. The sound quality, and I don't mean the overall from this website specifically. You could tell that a lot of the sounds are recorded in a way that weren't filtered or sounded. It's really off. Really off. However, the story's really good. It's gripping. You're curious as to what's going on. Unfortunately, I have to find out 2 minutes after a conversation, and it's only going to get worse. So I'm not looking forward to however this ends. As far as how things work out. But yeah. So what I have to say, hopefully you're giving it a chance. Hopefully you have found a better way to watch it than I, because this is terrible. I'm going to continue looking for a different way to finish it. There's only 2 more stories. And I'm fascinated to see what those stories are about. Story-wise, I definitely would give this like a 6 to 8. Somewhere between a 6 to an 8. I know it's a wide range out of 10. But I really like the story. Execution, and especially the execution. Execution of the subtitles is like a 0 out of 10. You guys have failed miserably. This site is so bad for this. But yeah. I'm going to try and find another version of this. We'll see if I can find another version of this. If not, we'll continue watching on Equi, or however it's pronounced. And then I'll probably cancel my subscription because I think this is the only thing I'm going to be watching off of this website. So anyways. Alright guys. Love you guys. Hopefully you're enjoying these. If not, that's fine. I'm still going to keep doing them. I'm enjoying these. I'm finding more that I haven't seen. And yeah. We'll see you next time. Peace.